I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places. Going
Viral.
all right.
Thanks. A couple episodes ago, we talked about our imaginary friend and our imaginary adversary. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
And we said imaginary friend is like God is the best example of an imaginary friend. But what if we're gods? Do you think we're gods? What if we don't need an imaginary friend? What if we can be the gods of our life?
Ooh, I like this. I think we can be. Yes, I do think we can be. How? How do we do that? We master ourselves, our minds, our bodies. Our bodies, our hearts. We master every part of our life, and we become gods. Now, and doing that, we create what we want to create in life, who we
Right.
want to be, what we want to do, all of that. With a little patience, I think it can come to fruition. Now, are we gods in the sense of a deity?
Omnipotent, in other words, are we? So let me ask you a question. Is there anything you can't do?
Anything I can't do?
Yeah, is there anything you cannot do?
There's, yeah.
Name one thing. Name one thing you can't.
Well, I guess I can. You're right. The imagination, your mind is the only tool that you have that keeps you away from what you want to do or what you can do.
Right. I mean, there's nothing you can't do. Nothing physically, mentally, spiritually. There's nothing you cannot do. You cannot prove to me that you can't do something. It's not possible.
Okay.
Like you can't say I cannot fly. I cannot levitate. You can't say that because one, you've never tried, and you just haven't done it yet. Like it's not. You can't prove to me it's not possible.
I have tried to levitate.
Okay, you have tried to levitate, but you just haven't gotten there yet.
That's right.
It's not proof that you can't. It's just proof that you haven't yet.
Haven't yet. Yeah. The operative word is yet. Yeah.
So here's my point. If there's nothing you cannot do, are you not then omnipotent? Are you not then powerful, all powerful?
Omnipotent means you're everywhere, right?
No,
Omnipresent.
omniscient.
Yeah.
That's omnipresent, and then omniscient means you know everything.
Okay.
So I'm going with omnipotent.
Okay. All right. You're arguing we're all gods.
Yes.
And you're also arguing, and we don't know it.
We don't believe it.
We don't believe it. Okay. All right, we don't believe it. You're right. We don't believe it. Belief, though, belief, I mean, we might be going down a different area. Belief is something you can't argue, though. I mean, when you believe something, and I don't believe the way you believe, I believe something else, I cannot, that is your belief is a belief which you've created through time or what somebody has helped you with it. Yeah. The point I'm trying to say is that that's one area that I have a rough time, and I do not attempt to argue people's beliefs. You believe you are God, let's say, or a God, or your God. I got it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. You believe that everybody should be gods. Okay, I get it. I understand it. Those are beliefs that you have, which I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue Christianity beliefs, Judaism beliefs, Muslim beliefs, Buddhist beliefs. So when you have a belief, your point is that the belief, people don't believe it.
That they're gods. Correct. And that's why they have imaginary friends. That's why they talk to these imaginary things that, and they're subservient to these imaginary friends. Well, I just think it's a shame a little bit. That's all.
Well, you talk about you have an adversary friend, and
yes.
that is helpful to you. So let me throw it back at you. Are you a god?
Of course.
Okay. So why do you have the adversary friend?
It helps me become a better God. Because even though I believe I'm a God, I still don't believe it enough.
Okay.
Because there's things things I haven't done yet. There's
There
things
we
I
go.
haven't done yet. I'll never say I can't do it, ever.
Catching you on that.
But there's things I haven't done yet. So I'm still on my journey to forgetting all the crap I was told and believing fully and actualizing my godliness.
Okay, so this brings me to a point, and that is death. You've never died, to your knowledge, and we touched upon this, and and you're not planning on it. And if you've never died, what makes you think that you will die? Only because you've seen people die, or you've known people who've died?
It's just an expectation, societal expectation that everybody dies. Because there are some societies that don't believe that. Not all societies believe in death.
Really? Wow. I had that argument in my head about how can I believe in death if I've never died before? Only people have died. Others have died, not me. And basically the argument stopped there just because it's never happened to me. Now, I've never jumped off a cliff. So I don't know if I've seen people jump off cliffs and die and hurt themselves and do stuff like that. I don't do that because I see that they've done it. So I'm kind of
you're one smart cookie. I tell you that. Yeah.
However, to I don't know. For me personally, once I grappled with death and realized that I'm okay with it, it became this like burden, unburdened feeling. Just like talk about being present. I feel I'm much more present most of the time because.
Yeah. Hey, when you don't believe in death, it's just one less thing to worry about. Yeah.
That's a good line.
Oh, good. One less thing.
one last thing. It's very Woody Allen-ish. So you're God. You're a God, and you believe it, and the stuff that you haven't done yet, it's yet that you haven't done it. So that means you can't do it. So you can do anything.
Correct, and I can't be proven wrong. When I say I'm a God, no one can prove me wrong.
All right. So why do you want people not to prove you wrong? Why do you want people not to prove you wrong?
Well, they can't prove me wrong. They can't. It's not possible to prove me wrong.
Okay. So why is that why does that matter? Why does it matter for them to prove you wrong or not? Because in belief, we've already talked about it. In belief, you can't argue that. That's just someone's belief. That's what they think.
Well, but for me, I want people to challenge my beliefs. If I believe the sky is green and it's really blue, challenge me on it. Because sometimes my beliefs are wrong. Not in this case, but this is one where you really can't challenge anyone. If they say they're a God, they're a God. You can't challenge it. You can't prove them. You can't prove the negative.
Yeah. Well, the same thing. And then I ask you this: why in religion do people try to argue people's religious beliefs? Then why is there such a push for that? I mean, because basically we are treading on the cusp of religion here.
You know what religion's like in this sense? It's like sports teams. It's just people arguing about who's got the better quarterback and the better sports team. That's all it is. It's so freaking meaningless because the fans of sports teams get nothing in return from the sports team themselves. They're just giving and buying the merchandise and going to the games and cheering, but they're not on the field. They're not winning any championships. So it's just a bunch of people arguing about who's got the better sports team. That's what religion is to me.
Wow, that's
and it's all a game. It's all just one big game, whether it be football or however you want, whatever kind of game you're talking about. It's just a big freaking game. So I laugh.
Could it be that life is just a game? Maybe life is a game. Is this the game we're playing?
As God, I will tell you yes. I can definitively say yes. This is a game. Any other questions you have for God, by the way, while we're at it?
Right. So you believe this. Got it. Does anybody else believe that you are God?
I don't
Or
care.
a God? Okay. Oh wow. Does being God make you feel like
In control? Yes.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to read your mind there. But I feel in control, absolutely, which is another word for freedom.
Ooh,
I feel free.
nice. I'm Banks.
I'm God, Josh.
Our place is going viral. Boom. God.